I've always been a user of social media. Maybe not obsessively, but speaking long term, I've used everything there is to offer. I've used Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, and even Kick when that used to be a thing. I used to love checking up on my family, seeing what my friends were up to, and sometimes making new friends as well. Even though social media can be helpful, there's a lot of reasons why it's not doing you any favors. According to helpguide.org, there are 6 main reasons why social media may be putting a slight strain on your life. You can suffer from feeling inadequate about your life or your appearance. You can suffer from FOMO, or the fear of missing out, which is basically where you want to know everything that's going on. So when your friends are over there talking about it at their lunch table, you're not stuck out of the loop. You could feel isolated, oddly enough, but this is mainly due because your body requires physical connection and socialization. You can be bullied by someone you either may or may not know. You can be self absorbed, meaning that if you get the most likes, you think you're the best person in the world. And with all these combined over periods of time, you can suffer from depression or anxiety. A downside I'd like to throw in myself uh, comes from experience when my family took me to a fireworks show on the 4th of July. And instead of looking at the real fireworks, I saw the whole show through the lens of my phone camera because I was too busy trying to capture that perfect photo, that perfect video, just so I could post it to Instagram, get those likes, show everybody that I was so cool, and that I could get with it. From a news source called The Guardian, they give us a quote from a teenager who had recently quit most of his social media use. Ben Suray says he's always found social media to be an environment in which people constantly seek attention and validation by one-upping people's comments and boasting over likes and retweets. I couldn't agree more with you, Ben. I know I've spent countless hours looking at Twitter posts that only gave me either a slight chuckle or a disapproving sigh. And if you think about it, there really isn't too much that social media has to offer. I mean, so far the only thing that I've ever learned is that a teen doing dances on TikTok makes more money than my whole household has, probably in our whole lives. Now, I'm not trying to get anybody to quit cold turkey, but cutting down on my social media use has made my life a little bit more intuitive. And small doses of social media can be okay, as that's how I met my girlfriend of 2 years. But a website called Lifehack gives some good examples on why cutting down can be very beneficial. The main three I have is that it breaks the social comparison cycle, meaning that you're no longer constantly reminded on Instagram that you're not as pretty, or you're not as skinny, or you're not as tall. Anything you can think of that involves comparing yourself with other people. There's also privacy protection. You're no longer letting everybody on your Snapchat see your location, getting to know your daily routine. Even if you trust them, it's still your privacy being put out there publicly. And the last one is that you can make much more personal memories by getting out into the world, going outside, and doing different things with people physically. In order to really feel these benefits yourself, the best thing to do is choose one day out of the week and just not touch a single social media app. If you ever get bored, call up your friend. See if he wants to play some board games. See if he wants to shoot some hoops, or illegally climb a water tower. Or you can ride that bike that's been rusting in the shed for 2 years. You can fly a kite, or my personal favorite, scream at some rocks. I could keep going. There are literally endless possibilities that you can do without social media. Without social media.